When I was a kid, our village had a strict rule. No one was allowed to go outside at night because people said a human-eating ghost walked around the village, and that night my younger uncle came back late with a scared face, saying that someone was following him from behind. But before grandfather could get angry, we heard a sudden pat-pat walking sound outside in the quiet night. Grandfather got very angry and said that my uncle forgot the village rules after working outside for 2 years, and now that the ghost had seen him, nothing could save him, which made my uncle lose his drunkenness and shake with fear. Uncle explained that his friends forced him to drink alcohol, making him forget the rule. Grandfather stopped the argument, saying that old people like them could do nothing against a ghost, but told my uncle that if he wanted to save his life, he must do exactly what he was told. Grandfather then asked grandmother what time of night it was, and when she said midnight had passed, he ordered them to kill a rooster and a goat to fill the ghost's stomach first. Grandmother was scared and asked how a human-eating ghost would be satisfied with a rooster or a goat, but grandfather strictly told her to just listen if she wanted to save lives. He cut the rooster, telling grandmother to boil it but pull it out as soon as it was only half cooked, and even though grandmother argued that it would not cook in such a short time, the goat in the shed suddenly jumped and hit the wall hard. Grandfather looked sad for a moment, but told my uncle to carry the heavy goat on his back outside. Uncle quickly brought the goat out. Grandfather started cutting it immediately, and then told grandmother to boil the goat meat too, but leave one whole leg raw. Just then, I looked up and saw an old woman standing outside the yard with a face like gray ash and unblinking eyes staring inside, making my uncle hide behind grandfather and whisper that the ghost had arrived. Grandfather quietly told him not to panic and to give the rooster meat first, and as the old woman walked closer with a scary smile, she looked straight at my uncle and said she had been waiting for her son for decades, and she would still be wondering if someone had not seen my uncle tonight. She came very close, crying that her stomach was empty and begging for just one bite. So grandfather quickly told grandmother to bring the rooster meat. Grandmother brought the plate with shaking hands because the meat was still bloody and not fully cooked. But just as the old woman reached for it, grandfather knocked the plate onto the ground. Grandmother screamed in fear, asking if he wanted to get them killed by the ghost. But grandfather coldly replied that animals do not eat on top of tables. The old woman laughed a scary laugh and ate the whole rooster from the ground, then asked for the goat meat, saying she would leave after a few more bites. Uncle begged grandfather to give her the meat to make her go away, but grandfather refused, saying that the goat meat cannot be given until the incense stick burns down completely. Suddenly, the old woman moved right next to my uncle, whispering in his ear that his father was selfish and wanted him to die, which hypnotized my uncle so much that he walked straight to the kitchen like a zombie. Grandfather and grandmother tried to block him, but uncle suddenly got a strange strength, pushed them away, and brought out the hot, steaming goat meat from the kitchen. Grandfather shouted at him to stop because the incense stick was only half burned, but uncle did not listen and put the meat on the table, causing the old woman to snatch it up, while the half-burned incense stick suddenly went out, trapping us all in the dark with her scary laughter.